Hello everybody, it's a girl, Yuwuna, back again with another draft video, or whatever, however you do YouTube intros. It's the second week of the Trick Ruby Charity Draft League, and we are back at it again, playing against another team. To start us off, we're going to start with the rosters. Here's ours. Still got the Gengar, the Ninetales, the Gambit, the Melodic, the Tinkaton, the Altaria, the Radier, Ceruledge, Avalugg, and our goat, the Simisage. Did some crazy work last week. If you didn't see it, I recommend you go watch it. It was a very, very fun game. But that is our roster. Here is our enemies roster. We're playing against Noah Guy VGC. And Noah is piloting a very familiar team, I would say. The first 6 Pokemon here do look like they are their own team. They are not, though. We've got the Vascular Legion, the Mega Aerodactyl, the Farigiraf, the Charizard Y, the Garchomp, the Heliolisk, the Ditto, the Appleton, and the Avalugg Hisui. Once again, it looks like it could be, its own team. Just the classic Zard Slump. Just add a Sylveon or a Kingambit into here, and you've got a pretty good thing going on. But it is draft, and I think in draft especially, a team like this kind of falls off a bit. It looks a little weak. It looks easy to counter, I think, or at least it doesn't look very difficult to counter. Regardless, we should put some respect on this team's name. Got our tools for everything. Think I have the perfect counter into this team, as some of our cores are inspired by a specific core that was made to counter this, or at least adjusted to counter this, and therefore I think we have a really good matchup into this. Very, very heavy on the physical attacks with the Vascular Legion, the Aerodactyl, the Garchomp. Same with the Avalugg, I think. Appleton, I'm not sure exactly what it does. It looks like it could be very tanky, but we've got the Ninetales that kind of takes care of both the Garchomp and the Appleton if need be. So yeah, very, very curious how this is gonna look, how this is gonna go. The Farigiraf, of course, I mean, it can set the trick room, but I don't know what it would set the trick room for. Maybe the Vascular Legion. This team generally looks to be quite fast with the Heliolisk as well, which I think Noah picked up to counter, or rather to just not see it, because Heliolisk can be quite good into this team. Fortunately for him, he got it. Not that I particularly would hate to run into it. We'll hop into the team review right away as well. Alrighty, and here we are in game again. Here is our own team, just as a little sneak peek about what we're bringing. To start us off, we've got the Ceruledge. Ceruledge, I've already teased a bit. Can look really, really strong into anything that, pilots the sun. This Charizard really just does not get through the Ceruledge. We're playing the classic bulk up set. I mean, Classic Champions has not been out long enough for it to be a classic, but it has established itself. Shadow Sneak, Bitterblade, of course also healing us up. Playing it with the Shucca Berry, I was debating. I was really debating what our item was gonna be for this Ceruledge. I was going with the Spell Tag, the Charcoal, the Pasho Berry, the Charity Berry I looked at. What other berries? The Gossip Berry for ghost types. The Shucca Berry is what I ended up going with in the end here. Another notable thing about the Ceruledge is we're playing it with a very low attack stat. Right here, just 1 invested into it. It is adamant to make up for it a little bit, but this particular spread is not just inspired, but it is just straight up Jamie Boyd spread from when he played his Radiant Ceruledge Floette team. I felt like this spread is really strong. I've played it a bunch myself, and you know, their special attackers just don't get through to us. I mean, mostly the Charizard, right? But the Charizard just does not go through us, and it is like the main damage threat, I think, on their team on the special side of things. Therefore, you know, feeling quite confident in this spread. I've played it a bunch, and as you guys will be able to see here, this is just another one of his spreads that, you know, I've also just played a bunch. His team is it looks incredibly strong into this Charizard, Basculegion, Garchomp team. And I didn't think we'd have to change anything really. So we're playing basically just his Milotic spread. We've got Leviathan, the Rank Master right here. This is exactly his Milotic. Playing the Muddy Water, the Hypnosis, Life Dew, and Coil. I was debating doing other things, but especially in this team, I feel like with the Altaria with us, the Muddy Water is going to do a lot more damage because we aren't going to have to deal with the sun being up when we don't want it to be, since we have Altaria right here, as well as Ninetales in the team as well, if we want full weather control. The Coil, Hypnosis, of course, I mean, scary as is, but we've got tools to make it even scarier, to maybe not even have to rely on this Coil. The special attackers on their end also not really threatening us too much, especially the Charizard. What does it do? Solar Beam. Solar Beam does not do more than 50%. Well, it does not do more than 60%, I think. And then we get Altaria. And Altaria, you know, it just protects Leviathan here from even being Solar Beam, which is great for us. I'm assuming this Charizard might just not come if he knows what he's doing into our team. If he sees all these options we have to disable weather, I think this Charizard might just not come to the game, which wouldn't be bad for us. It would really not make too big a difference. I mean, this Altaria, really. Let's just move on to it. It shuts down the Charizard completely. The Weather Ball, for its big burst damage, just doesn't get the fire typing. The Solar Beam takes 2 turns to go through. The Heat Wave doesn't get damage boosted either, and it can miss. So, you know. We're also playing the Sing here on the Altaria. Our item is a Hobbenberry to make sure we survive anything that this Garchomp might throw at us. Playing the Draco. The 30 plus special attack is here to one-shot a Garchomp, hopefully, in case, you know, we have to face it with Altaria, because Altaria really does not want to see that. So it guarantees the one-hit KO with this spread. Otherwise, I would have played it a lot more defensively. We've got a lot of defensive investment because I am not really scared of the special side of things. Playing the Sing, because we have a very setup heavy comp that we will combine with our Redeer here pressing Gravity. Redeer, Milotic, or Altaria looks like it's going to be our lead in every game. I am playing the Gravity here to make sure the Hypnosis always goes through, the Sing always goes through, because, you know, 55 accurate and we have 60 accurate. It's just not, you know, the most accurate moves. Therefore, this Gravity is going to be incredibly helpful. Also playing the Will-O-Wisp on Altaria for when the Gravity runs out, especially since he has so many physical attackers, and it's going to do a lot of work if we get 1 or 2 through. As well as the Protect. Once again, our only attacking move is the Draco. On this Altaria, should do a lot of damage regardless. It is a Draco. It is from 132 special attack stat. It should do a lot of damage if it doesn't miss. Back again to the Redeer. We're playing the Gravity, Psychial Bash, Trick Room, and Skill Swap with the Intimidate ability. Now, the Gravity we've already explained. We just press Gravity Sing, put everything to sleep. Gravity Hypnosis, put everything to sleep. Psychial Bash to do some good damage, as well as up our defense stat, because that's what Psychial Bash does. It boosts our defense stat by 1 every time. The Trick Room here is our main speed control option. I opted to not bring the talent even. As you can see, our Pokemon are quite slow. They are all at that like 90 speed stat. Not all of them. I mean, for example, Phantom is a little faster, but an important thing to note here is we're playing 91 speed with a minus speed nature on Milotic, as well as 91 speed again with a minus speed nature on the Altaria, and it's quite simple why we're doing this. We're doing it so that we are just underspeeding Fluttershy, meaning that gravity always goes first here, and we can always get in a Sing or Hypnosis right after the gravity, as long as our Pokemon, of course, doesn't get KO'd. And the skill swap, once again, a really fun tag. I could have played the Hypnosis on Radiates too, but the skill swap is a really, really funny tag because we have the competitive with us. We have the competitive with us, and spoiler alert, we have the Defiant with us too right here. And if we get a skill swap off into one of those Pokemon, it's just, you know, basically pressing a coaching. Probably not gonna be like something we will rely on. I think our main things to do with Redia are pressing gravity, as well as Trick 'em. And then we have Peachy right here. Peachy right here doesn't really do too much, I think. I mean, besides, you know, getting 2 1 KOs. As long as there's no anti-Ice Berry, the Blizzard will probably pick up a 1 KO on the Appleton or the Avalugg, depending on, you know, what it goes into. The Aurora Veil just giving us even more defenses. Okay, I need to let my opponent know I'll be there in a sec. The Aura Veil just, you know, stacking even more defenses for our team. Encore on this Ninetales, as it's the only fast Pokemon on the team to hopefully, you know, really disrupt them even further. Protect. We get the Snow Warning ability, of course. And then, last but not least, we have got Halberd, full attack, full HP. Kowtow, Cleave, Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Protect with the black glasses. It is quite the standard set, but it hits just so hard. If any Pokemon are asleep, that Swords Dance is basically free, and it's going to do so much damage going into them with the Kowtow or the Sucker. I mean, you know, the stabs from this Kingambit with his 205 attacking stat is crazy. Now, I already have a Roomcoot, so we will be just hopping into the game, but best of luck to Noah here right real quick before we get in there. And of course, best of luck to my little Pokemon, to my little friends, Phantom, Leviathan, Bloop, Fluttershy. Wait, hold on. Fluttershy the Ringmaster. Peachy and Halberd. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, what did Noah bring? Noah doesn't have a lot of options, so I'm very curious. The Ditto is one I was actually afraid of. The Ditto with this setup-y comp can do a lot of work. We've got the Heliolisk as well. Those are the niche options. We got the Charizard, the Basculegion, the Garchomp, and the Aerodactyl. Okay, do I just go with the standard right away? I do feel like the Heliolisk might be quite annoying. No Farigiraf. I think I will go with Altaria Redia. First off, I think Phantom is really quite nice. I do like Peachy as well, but Peachy does get hit kind of hard. I think it has to always be either Altaria or Milotic, and I'll go with the Altaria this time around, just to see what he wants to do. Alright. Ooh, a little scary. NAIC 2026 Challenger. That's Noah right there. Heliolisk, that's why I didn't lead with the Milotic. And, you know, Altaria just shuts down that Charizard right next to it. So, that is perfect. I will be sleeping the Heliolisk, I think. First things first. Let me write down which Pokemon we've seen. Heliolisk, Charizard. It's Charizard Y. I get Charizard Y. Garchomp. Basculegion. Mega Aerodactyl. And Ditto. Alright, now we press the gravity. Alright, Mega Evolution right away from this Charizard. I am wondering, what is it gonna do? What is it gonna hit us with? There's a Drought. The Drought doesn't exist. Helping Hand! Whoa, okay. Oh, that's scary. Dark Pulse. Nice! Fluttershy is goated. Fluttershy is so good. Helping Hand! Dark Pulse. Okay, wow. That is crazy. I like that. The Helping Hand tech is so fun. I would have never expected that. I feel like I went for the right target then. With that Sing. Question is... do I get a Trick Room off? Heliolisk sleeps. Charizard goes for a Heat Wave. This should kill. This should just kill. Yeah. That's fine by me. Good night, Charizard. Does have the Heat Wave. That Dark Pulse is quite scary. Heliolisk. Dark Pulse. I'll just assume max special attack. 32. Into Reedier. Why does that do so little on my calc? Well, regardless, I'm going to switch in Cerulege, and Bitterblade should pick up KO, especially because I can swap out into Halberd right here to make sure the Sun actually goes in effect. Hit that Bitterblade. Alright, Blue come back. There's the Bitterblade. Quick KO. How much do we do to Charizard? I'm gonna assume that this is max modest. Just gonna put that in my account. Ditto copies our Kingambit. Oh, that sucks. Unless it doesn't. Unless it doesn't suck. Kingambit. Sucker Punch. Oh shit. Fuck. Oh shit. Bitterblade? Wrong slot! Shit. Okay, Kauta always picks up KO. So that sucks. I would have gotten a KO there. Wait, it doesn't. Hold on. How does it not? Doesn't it copy base stats too? Let's counter to Charizard. What is up with my calculator? It feels so wrong. Ditto copies all the stats, right? It doesn't, or does it just keep its base stats? Charizard helping hand. Uh-huh. Kowtow. That's scarfed. Wait, is it scarfed? Cerulege joined before it earlier. I guess I just don't know how Ditto works. And there's the Garchomp. How many more turns do we have on Gravity? None. No Gravity left on the field. And the Garchomp, Kowtow does always pick KO. We'll switch in Bloop. Don't think Garchomp kills. Here in any world. That's not killing. That is, I think, just a Scarf Ditto. I think that is a Scarf Ditto. Ooh, scary double up. But it wasn't enough. Nice. Okay, if that double up would have... Oh, oops. That's an FF. FFs are apparently also allowed. Confused me a little bit. Okay, the Helios was very scary. Right, it was Helping Hand. It was Helping Hand Dark Pulse earlier. That's why it did so much damage. That's why my cock didn't pick it up correctly. It has to have been Helping Hand Modest Max Roll? Anyway, I think Fluttershy looks really great here. And Milotic takes whatever comes. I think Phantom did great work. Oh, huh? Excuse me? Okay. Well, we got back. So, let's hope it took my selection. Alright. Charizard, Heliolisk. Yeah, that's the same lead. Now the thing is... they'll get the sun out this time. And I think that's okay for us. Because I think we don't die here. Fearlisk. Sorry, Charizard Mega Evolves. Drought. This time it actually goes into effect. It goes for another Helping Hand. Okay. Helping Hand and what? Dark Pulse again? T-Bolt. Helping Hand T-Bolt. Does that kill? That just picks up the KO. Okay, that sucks. Helping Hand T-Bolt picks up KO. I should have caught that. Helping Hand T-Bolt. Something is wrong with my calc because it doesn't show like that picks up KO. Well, that isn't great. The bats aren't for us, unfortunately. We have another Helping Hand. I'm hoping it is the Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse can flinch. I'm hoping it's a Dark Pulse, and I'm hoping it is into Read Area, I guess. No, what? Was that low roll earlier? Oh, it's Lorb. I did not pay attention to that. Oopsies. Yeah, now it makes sense. That was max roll, by the way. It was not... Okay, only a max roll kills. Only a max roll kills. Fuck. We can still win. Good news. Charizard and Sun. Charizard and Sun, Heat Wave into Kingambit. Should pick up KO. We just kind of, we do just kind of lose this. Dark Pulse. Okay. Weather Ball. Fearlisk. Wasn't normal type, I would just Shadow Sneak it here. Charlotte +1. It doesn't come close to KO. I have to sucker into there. Just Bitter Blade. There's a Weather Ball. Really good damage with Bitter Blade. There's a Garchomp. The problem with Garchomp is we just don't have speed. And Garchomp from +1 takes like close to 50. We have a Shuka Berry. Helping Hand. Fuck. Okay. Stomping Tantrum. No! He's single target. Ooh! Do we heal before or after the rough skin? We heal before the rough skin. I don't know, the only win con I potentially see here is Shadow Sneak crit. And even that's not enough. I have to go for it. No, even Shadow Sneak crit is not enough. I don't crit anyway. There's a Stomping Tantrum. Alright, that's 1-1. Not playing this well. Feel like I was playing very distracted. Let's go again. The T-Bolt. The Life Orb T-Bolt really sucks. For us. I assume same leads. I'm assuming same leads is gonna be what's happening. Especially because his Heliolisk has been doing crazy work for him. Altaria is great. Genuinely incredible option. Heliolisk always dies to Bitterblade. Do I always die to Helping Hand, Dark Pulse from Lorb? It gets actually so close. Okay, we're gonna improvise. I'm gonna pull up with Altaria, Halberd. Because Halberd always picks up KO. Into Heliolisk. Heliolisk never picks up KO into us. Oh, that's a fully different lead. Okay. This might be soft sand Garchomp. No, based on the damage, it won't be that. Aerodactyl. Okay, Willow Protect should be great here. Didn't expect to be doing this, but that's fine. Aerodactyl doesn't Mega. Ow. A lot of damage. Do we survive a Dragon Claw? Okay, it's just an EQ. No flinch. Nice. Nice. We immediately hit those. It's huge. Rock Slide. It's burned. So I'm already a lot less scared. I think I'll just bring in Reedier for Trick Room. Intimidate. Rock Slide. Do we live through Hobonberry? He goes to Stomping Tantrum. Willow misses. That's fine. Trick Room. Rock Slide. If Rock Slide flinches, that'll suck a lot. But if not, Iron Head. Excuse me? Oh, he's going for the fucking flinch. Okay. That's crazy. Iron Head, bro. Iron Head for the flinching. Oh my god. How much does Draco do into Aerodactyl? Not enough. Switch into Halberd. Okay. EQ. Doesn't do much at all. Three turns Trick Room. Let's Sing. Willow again. And then SD. Does this Garchomp have Protect? It might not. The Protect. Uh-huh. Charizard. +2. Charizard dies, you know? There's no world that doesn't die in. Do I pick up the double? I'll attempt to go for the double. This Charizard has to have Protect as its last move, right? So I will not pick up the KO on it, but that's fine. Mega Evolves. Some Rock Slide Protect on Aerodactyl. Kowtow. Okay, just pick up KO. Just pick up a double KO. No, the Draco miss. That sucks. That sucks. Well, maybe it's better. How many turns Trick Room? Do I have one or two? I think I only have one left. The Draco miss, man. Aerodactyl. One turn Trick Room. I think this guard jump doesn't have protect. It does have protect. Okay. That's the first time he uses protect? Makes sense, I guess. I guess it makes sense. If the Draco didn't miss, man. Alright. This can't be sashed. This can't be sashed. So I'm feeling comfortable just going for a sucker. Yeah. It can't be sashed because it's a mega. It was drafted as mega. There's the Draco. And now we can just sucker punch until it's over. GG's. Ooh. Nice. Kingambit. Our MVP. Let's go. That is our second draft series and our second draft series win. I feel like I played this really sloppily. That was so sloppy. That was not good. That was not that good. I feel like I was all over the place with my my callouts, with everything else. I don't know. The Dracovis kind of sucked. But it's fine. The Heliolisk did surprising amounts of work. It's crazy I didn't see the Life Orb until the very end. The Helping Hand Charizard was a great cook. GG's. Very fun sets. I like the fucking Iron Head. The fucking... the Garchomp with EQ Stomping Tantrum. Iron Head, man. EQ Stomping Tantrum, Iron Head. Incredible. Alright, and then let me show you guys the team again. Let's go to train. Replica teams. Alright. Here it is. That's this week's cook. I'm very sad about my Lottig. About Leviathan! Just getting one shot. Taken out of the game immediately. I mean, it makes sense. Heliolisk is a Pokemon I should not have underestimated. I really did. And, you know, it bit me in the back for that. But Kingambit and, Phantom did so much good work. Like, having that supportive backbone of, like, Altaria and Radier, and, you know, Bloop and Fluttershy was really good. I feel like if they helped a lot. The Trick Room was really nice from Fluttershy. It was really sad in the second game when I got the gravity up, but then the hypnosis didn't come through. But I mean, it happens, I guess. The Will-O-Wisp was a good call. I wasn't sure if I was going to bring the Will-O-Wisp. I wasn't sure what I was going to bring on that fourth move slot on Altaria. And I'm glad I went with the Will-O-Wisp, because the Will-O-Wisp in that game 3 came in so clutch. You know, you see the Sting and you don't expect the Will-O-Wisp, but having both options really, like, ended up doing me so much good. Nonetheless, that Hobonberry was unfortunately not the best call. I wouldn't have thought he wouldn't be bringing Dragon-type moves, but, you know, fair enough. It was very cool. Unfortunately, Peachy didn't see the game. I feel like Peachy could have done a lot of good work too, but oh well. That's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, the games, the set, and I will see you guys again next week. Make sure to follow me on Twitch if you want more yuwuna. I'll see you guys next week for our next game. Bye bye!